Hey everyone, Ben here. Now there's a school of thought which says the most important sim racing upgrade you can make isn't to your wheel, it's not even to your wheel base, it's to your pedals. And that's exactly what I've done recently, moving from the Thrustmaster TLCMs to the Simagic P1000s. Now, full disclosure at the top of this video, I was fortunate that Simagic sent me these pedals for free. But there's been no obligation on me to review them, to say specific things about them, or to shape any content at all on my channel. What you'll see and hear in this video are my honest reflections from my use of the P1000 pedals so far. If you are in the market for new pedals though, and you're based in the UK, I do have an affiliate code with SimHound that helps support the channel, and a discount code that can get you 5% off when you shop there. Details are in the description. Right, now that's out the way, what about the P1000s themselves? Well, the first thing to say is the upgrade feels substantial against my previous Thrustmaster pedals. The pedals feature a 100kg load cell, they appear to have a fully metal construction and be built for the long term. Aesthetically, I think they look great. The black and red contrast really nicely, but whether you're a fan of the keep racing motif on the heel plate will ultimately come down to personal taste. Now, I don't have experience of running super high-end pedals like Huizinvelds or the like, but the build materials, customizability, weight and feel of these pedals immediately impressed me. The assembly of the pedals themselves was very quick and easy, just a few screws to get the footplate attached was pretty much all that was needed, and then some brackets to screw in to attach the pedals to my sim rig. Likewise, the calibration of the pedals was very straightforward using Simagic Sim Pro Manager software. I simply followed the setup, and I haven't experimented further with dead zones or curves because I haven't felt the need, but it's good to know that the options are there. By the way, be sure to let me know in the comments what pedals you use and how you find them. And if you've got direct experience of the P1000s, then it would be particularly good to hear about it. However, as impressive as the first impressions were, when I started using the P1000s, I was stopped in my tracks, or rather, I couldn't stop myself on track. While the throttle felt great out of the box, the brake pedal felt incredibly stiff in its stock setup, coming from my previous pedals, to the extent to which I thought something had to be wrong. If you've been using more entry-level or basic pedals in the past, I can imagine you might have a similar experience and feel that confusion and concern that you've made a mistake in switching. Thankfully, the P1000s are highly customizable, and you can relatively easily tailor the stiffness or travel that you want in the brake pedal if you get the additional pads and springs kit from Simagic. That kit comes with a host of different rubbers and springs with an almost endless number of configurations possible. Don't worry though, the kit also comes with some guidance as to the combinations to use to best replicate different kinds of racing. I obviously can't speak to the extent to which these are authentic, but it's nice to not be left completely to your own devices in experimenting with different setups. The process of swapping these different springs and rubbers out is relatively straightforward, but it really isn't going to be something I'm doing all the time. I found the configuration that works for me, and over several weeks have now developed new muscle memory for the brake pressure required to get the car slowed down. I'm not going to be messing with that in the name of further authenticity. You can also adjust the angle of each of the pedals with a turn of a couple of screws, useful to ensure the right ergonomics for you depending on your rig setup. Overall, I'm the kind of person that prior to getting these pedals, the notion of fiddling on getting them calibrated so they were just right would have filled me with dread and exhaustion. Some sim racers love that stuff, but I'm much more of a plug and play sort of racer. But I have to say that the time and energy invested in being able to adjust the pedals is more than worth it. I won't be going back to do it again unless I really have to for some reason, but I'm glad that I could because I'm now really enjoying the feel that I have from them. Most importantly, I have loved driving with these pedals. Everything feels very robust, and once I'd gotten the brake pedal set up to where I liked it, they felt extremely natural to use. I can't definitively say that they've made me faster, but using these new pedals has coincided with me making some serious iRating gains on iRacing. I'm going to need to run with them for longer to be sure, but I can believe that the extra strength and precision in the brake pedal in particular has helped me in series like IndyCar, where the difference between braking late and locking up is so crucial. When it comes to price, the P1000s will cost you £500 in the UK at the time of publishing. The extra rubbers and springs kit is £20. They sit in the mid-range of the Simagic ecosystem between the P500 entry-level pedals, which retail with a clutch at around £265, and the P2000 hydraulic pedals at £725. As a further comparison, the P1000 pedals are £300 more expensive than the Thrustmaster TLCMs I was running previously. I'm not sure if I'm in a position to say whether I feel this is good value for money or not. Firstly, because I didn't pay for these pedals, but most importantly because I just haven't had the track experience with more expensive pedal sets. What's for sure is they feel like a large upgrade on my previous pedals and one that I've really enjoyed experiencing. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you have experience of using Simagic pedals, and if you're interested in other sim racing hardware reviews, there are a bunch of links on screen now. And in the meantime, I will see you on the next one.